I think he's one of the best heavyweights of all time, and his movement is so different. One of the things that was interesting, where they were talking about the fight, and AJ was Tony Bellows was talking about when he fought him.
The big question looming over everything is who's stopping this guy? Who is going to stop Oleksandr Usyk?
Prime Usyk at cruiserweight or prime Holyfield at cruiserweight?
Usyk is just different. The fighters are different now. It used to be like skill, now it's more about conditioning.
You think so?
Yes.
Joe Rogan says Oleksandr Usyk might be the greatest heavyweight boxer of all time. He's amazed by Usyk's footwork and sharp skills, saying the way Usyk moves in the ring completely wears down his opponents. Rogan points out that Usyk isn't just beating average boxers, he's outclassing the top heavyweights of this generation. And he's doing it again and again. What sets Usyk apart, Rogan says, is his smart fighting style and constant movement. He makes world-class fighters look average, and that's why Rogan believes Usyk deserves a spot among boxing's all-time legends.
Dubois fight.
Yeah. Was it crazy? I saw something the other day. It was like Usyk swimming 5 hours. I was like, oh my God.
He's an animal, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so fucking good. He's so good. I mean, you think about what that guy has done. He beat AJ twice. He beat Tyson Fury twice. And now he beat Dubois twice.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
No, it's incredible.
Those are two of the best, of this era. I think he's one of the best of all time. I really do. I think he's one of the best heavyweights of all time. And his movement is so different. One of the things that was interesting, where they were talking about the fight, and AJ Tony Bellows was talking about when he fought him, and AJ was saying that when he fought him, it was the most exhausted he's ever been. Because he's always moving. There's no rest with him.
No rest.
There's
no
like
time
constant,
yeah.
there's constant twitching.
Under fire the whole time.
you're constantly thinking, when is this coming? There's no silent agreements. There's no relaxation. There's no, there's no rounds off.
Yeah.
Everything is, he's putting it on you and moving constantly. Like I always say, he's like a giant Lomachenko.
Got it.
They were both trained by the same guy.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, Lomachenko's father trained Usyk as well.
Ah.
Yeah.
So there's something, something.
Obviously, gravity keeps him from moving the way Lomachenko does, because Lomachenko's so small.
Yeah.
He can dance around you.
For sure.
In footwork, just majestic footwork. But Usyk's footwork is there's a bunch of breakdowns of the final combination that he hit Daniel with, and he steps off to the side and lands that fucking left hook from hell. God, it was good. You could see Daniel was already tired. You could see it. It's it's just dealing with.
There's got to be
movement.
something Lomachenko's dad, some type of philosophy or something. You know what I mean? Like these guys just kind of tap into, because to be a big guy, there's footwork and all that stuff. But I think, man, shout out to the coach, to the dad.
It's skill, man. It's a skillful type of boxing.
Boxing experts now agree that Oleksandr Usyk deserves to be ranked with the greatest heavyweight legends in history. For years, names like Lennox Lewis, Larry Holmes, and Evander Holyfield led the conversation, but Usyk's incredible performances have changed that. His move from cruiserweight to heavyweight wasn't just smooth, it was groundbreaking. In a division full of powerful giants, Usyk didn't just survive, he outshined them. His skill, ring intelligence, and steady wins over top fighters show he's the full package. Usyk isn't just winning, he's changing what it means to be a heavyweight champion.
Let's quickly have that conversation then about the best heavyweights of all time. Where? Because I know in your head you've done it already. I mean, you've done about 20,000 videos since the fight. One of those videos must be saying where he's ranked as an all-time top 10 heavyweight.
Oh, I think he has to be in the top 5, if not top 3. No, he has to be. He has to be. And
go on then, name him.
So Muhammad Ali, Lennox Lewis, and I would actually probably say Oleksandr Usyk, just ahead of Larry Holmes.
Okay,
just ahead of Larry Holmes.
Yeah.
I know. Look, those two, Lewis and Ali, their resume speaks for itself. The world title fights, they speak for themselves.
I've sat with him and he has an aura.
You can tell that, even looking at my videos, there's
he
something
walks
different.
in, dude, and you're like, okay, his eyes, they're this very piercing, and you think, you feel like you are in the presence of something very, very special.
Oleksandr Usyk has taken on almost every top heavyweight, and in many cases, he's beaten them twice. The division doesn't have the depth it once had. which is why Usyk has had to face the same tough opponents more than once. Still, he's never lost focus or looked any less sharp. The fact that fans now struggle to name someone they truly want him to fight says it all. Maybe Joseph Parker is the last real option, but even that matchup doesn't feel as exciting as it once might have. Usyk's legacy is already set. He's become an undisputed champion in more than one weight class, and he's done it with class.
Quick feet, he's got some power, and he's got Andy Lee. Those things make that fight pretty intriguing.
I agree, and if he faces him, I think he, again, will be the heavy favorite. And let's assume he beats him. Do you retire? Do you take another lap around the same block?
Like you said, it's a young 38. And again, I know this is a money game, but the other young heavyweight that I like that's been on a very good run, and we've been impressed with them, Agit Kabayel. And now that's another relatively small heavyweight that's quick-fisted, and he knows how to operate inside. Again, he's already beaten Fury twice. He's fought Joshua twice. When we talk about trilogies, generally it's about 1-1,
right?
Not 2-0.
Exactly.
Although we just had one with Serrano and Taylor, but again, they have limited opposition. But there you have it. Oleksandr Usyk once again becomes undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. And rounding out Boxing Palooza 2025 from the MGM Grand in Las Vegas.
There's more and more talk that Joseph Parker might be next to face Usyk, but many see it as more of a routine fight than a real test. Boxing analyst Ade Oladipo even mentioned he'd like to see Derek Chisora fight Usyk again, not because Chisora could win, but because he always brings toughness and excitement. Chisora knows how to hype a fight and make it fun for the fans, which helps the sport. Still, when it comes to pure skill and achievements, Usyk is seen as levels above both Parker and Chisora. Any upcoming fight would likely just be another example of why Usyk.
Then, well, here it is. Here's your world title shot. You're going to fight for a world title, right? But if you're Joseph Parker, and I spoke to Andy Lee, it isn't just a case of fighting for a world title. You want to fight the #1 for the world title, and that guy is Oleksandr Usyk. So, yeah, there must be loads of conversations going on right now. Loads of conversations. I did say this the other day, and I don't know, sometimes I'm like, you know, when I was in the ring and I was interviewing Oleksandr Usyk, I was desperate because of my love for Joseph Parker. I was desperate for Joseph Parker to get... I know he got in the ring after, but I'm talking about on the zone. So whilst everyone is still in the stadium and everyone's still tuned in, I was desperate for him to kind of just jump in the ring. I was desperate for him to do it. Chisora was trying to do it. So Chisora knows how to play the game. And as much as people are like, what's Chisora doing? Chisora won't get the fight, but that's kind of what you got to do. And I know people are like, well, 1 second, it's not like that. It's ranking. Well, no, it's not though, is it? Because, again, Oleksandr Usyk can vacate the belt. He can say no. You have to kind of do what Daniel Dubois did last time. Daniel Dubois, rightly or wrongly, got in the ring, pissed Usyk off. Usyk's like, okay, we'll fight then. Fuck it. If this is what you're doing, dude, we'll fight. And I felt like there was a time where I wanted Joseph Parker to almost nudge me. And I'm telling you now, you know, we're kind of told not to give the mic. I don't know if you see, I always hold onto the mic. I would have given Joseph Parker the mic. And I would like Joseph Parker because there's a mean side to Joseph Parker. I think everyone sees the friendly side. I've seen the mean side. And I wanted Joseph Parker to say, I want my shot. You've been ducking me. All these things might not be true, but do it. Sell it. The crowd would have gone a bit wild, right? Because I think a lot of the crowd want Joseph Parker to get his shot. But that's not what happened. And all of a sudden, you're seeing Jake Paul in the ring doing a face-off. You're seeing all these. And I'm like, where's Joseph Parker? Where are you, Joseph?
Fabio Wardley, one of boxing's rising stars, has some strong advice for anyone thinking of fighting Usyk. He said that basic moves just won't work. Usyk's defense and footwork are way too sharp for simple jabs and predictable attacks. According to Wardley, a fighter needs to be creative, tough, and throw unusual combos like mixing right hooks, left crosses, and fakes to throw Usyk off his game. But he admitted that doing all this in a real fight is much harder than it sounds. Once you're in the ring, most fighters end up swinging at air, while Usyk calmly controls the pace and distance.
And then you found something. How difficult is it when your tactics aren't working, and they weren't working for Daniel? And look, I'm not comparing Oleksandr Usyk to Justice Hooney, but you had to find something and you found it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that there was a level of belief Of I will find it. I can find the way. I will find the way, and maybe some kind of and stubbornness from, especially from my part, probably of like I'm not rolling over. I will find the way. Like I will manage my way out of this situation. I will extend the alphabet past the letter Z until I find the right plan that works here, the right situation, the right combination, the right punch. I will exhaust all options. Me personally, and it is a
no. Don't do this to us.
price and stuff, and you're just going, your brain's going, this isn't working. Like I don't know what you're on about. Like it's not happening. It's not working. And then you have to get up and you have to G yourself up and get yourself going again. And
Joe Rogan often talks about how amazing Oleksandr Usyk really is. He points out that Usyk started his career much smaller than the big heavyweights. He now beats with ease. Even after moving up in weight, Usyk hasn't just kept up, he's taken over. Rogan admires how Usyk handles huge opponents, using calm precision instead of brute strength. While many rely on size and raw power, Usyk breaks his rivals down slowly both in their minds and bodies. Rogan says it's this mix of smaller size and total dominance that makes Usyk so fascinating to watch.
Usyk.
Yes.
I think he's incredible.
Incredible.
I mean, I've watched every one of his fights. That dude is on such a different level.
And he's smaller than everybody.
He's fighting giants.
He's fighting giants.
When you're fighting a guy who's 60 pounds heavier with 10-ounce, 12-ounce gloves, it makes such a world of difference.
Especially when the guy is fucking Anthony Joshua, you know?
But please understand, Usyk fought at, I think, 75 when he started out. He's not a big frame guy.
He's like 225, 230 as a heavyweight.
220, not even 230.
Not big. Not big,
and that's
man.
a lot of.
By the way, that was Tyson's weight when he was in his prime too.
Yeah,
there's something to be said for that because a 220-pound man like Mike Tyson can knock out any human being that's ever lived.
Yeah, your jaw.
The amount of power he can generate is insane.
Former heavyweight champ Shannon Briggs shared a surprising opinion. He thinks Usyk would beat a prime Evander Holyfield. Briggs said Usyk isn't just a skilled boxer anymore. He's taken things to another level with his amazing conditioning. He explained that Usyk used to rely mostly on footwork and sharp angles, but now he wears opponents down with non-stop pressure and stamina, even against fighters with top-level skills. Usyk keeps moving, throwing punches and setting the pace until they break. That, according to Briggs, is what makes Usyk
prime Usyk at cruiserweight or prime Holyfield at cruiserweight.
Usyk is just different. The fighters are different now. It used to be like skill. Now it's more about conditioning.
You think so?
Yes, I know so. Because you can be skillful for 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds, but if that guy got that pressure on you and you can't stop it, it's like it's just running your machine too fast. Your machine, you're gonna lose. Like you're gonna go to hell, and they still going up. Like Usyk, he's still going up. 12th round, he's strong as in the first round. He throwing punches like it's the first round. No one else has done that. Been able to do that in the history of boxing.
How would you have fought Usyk?
I would have tried to knock him out. You know, but you see again. Me and my best, from my skate plan is, I'm boxing him cool and relaxed. And I'm countering the heck out of him. And I'm also boxing.
Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. admitted he was surprised by just how dominant Usyk has been. Talking about Daniel Dubois, Jones said Dubois' tactics were the basic to beat someone as skilled as Usyk. He agreed that big heavyweights can beat Usyk, but only if they come in with a flawless game plan. Without the right mix of pressure, flexibility, and endurance, a fighter doesn't stand a chance. Usyk is a master at reading patterns, and once he figures them out, he takes full control. So wow, it's possible someone might...
Under Usyk, what did you make of his display against Daniel Dubois last Saturday? It was something else, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was, but it was nothing less than I expected, because if you make a guy quit with a jab, Spencer, you know this, if you make a guy quit with a jab, how is that guy ever going to beat you? You understand me? I mean, that's just what the real facts are. Not that the kid had got a little bit better. He got a little more confidence because he had a win over Joshua, which was good, but confidence is just not enough to beat a guy like Usyk. You got to have some technique. You got to have some grit. You can't lose him with a jab and think you're going to beat him. That's not going to work.
Roy, you was a smaller guy that went up and won the world heavyweight title, one of the only ones to do that from middleweight up to heavyweight. You know, how does someone beat Oleksandr Usyk? Is it the smaller guy? Is it the guy that's coming up in the weight divisions, you know, as opposed to the bigger heavyweights?
No, the bigger guys could beat him, just got to have the right fight plan. None of these guys fight him with the right fight plan. And I'm not going to tell them the right fight plan because that's not my job to do. But you got to have the right fight plan to fight Usyk. If you don't have the right fight plan, he's going to destroy you.
Even celebrity chef and sports fan Gordon Ramsay had something to say about Usyk's dominance. Ramsay asked the question that's now on everyone's mind. Who can actually stop this man? Usyk has already beaten the top fighters of this generation, Joshua, Dubois, and others sometimes more than once, and in those rematches, he doesn't just win, he gets even better, proving just how far ahead he is. Ramsay's comment captures the mood around Usyk's fights today. No one really expects to beat him, they just hope to last. That's how...
At Wembley Stadium, Gordon Ramsay, what a stunning win for Oleksandr Usyk tonight against our very own Daniel Dubois.
Extraordinary. I mean, there's no stopping this man. 38 years of age, and he's got the cardio of a 21-year-old. Extraordinary. Super strong on the jab, super defensive, but just even the dummies, that's what threw Daniel off. And two cracking shots there in the fifth. So, yeah, listen, great night for boxing. But the big question looming over everything is who's stopping this guy? Who is going to stop Oleksandr Usyk?
His last 6 fights have had 2 wins against Dubois, 2 wins against Fury, and 2 against Joshua. It's phenomenal. You're right. Who is going to stop him? Could Tyson Fury come out of alleged retirement to beat him in a trilogy? Who knows?
Listen, that would be extraordinary if Tyson did that. But you've got to change your game. You've got to up it. This guy is just extraordinary. We haven't witnessed this in decades. So, you know, we're talking cruiserweight, you know, and he's dominating heavyweight. What does that say? So, thank God he's not in the cruiserweight division anymore.
Tony Bellew, who once faced Usyk in the ring, gave a raw and honest account of the fight, saying he felt in control for the first 6 rounds, but was suddenly overwhelmed by deep exhaustion. In the 7th, Usyk didn't land any huge punches. It was his constant movement, pressure, and activity that slowly drained him. Bellew called this Usyk's secret weapon. He doesn't go for quick knockouts. He breaks opponents down bit by bit until they can't keep up. Joe Rogan echoed this point, sharing how Anthony Joshua described his bout with Usyk as the most exhausting of his career, not because of power, but because Usyk never stops moving. With no pauses, no breathers, and no time to reset, Usyk turns every fight into a war of endurance. By the time his opponents realize what's happening, they're out of energy and losing on the scorecards. That relentless pace, Rogan said, is what makes Usyk so dangerous. He wears fighters out without ever wearing down himself.
One of the things that was interesting, they were talking about the fight, and AJ was saying that when he fought him, it was the most exhausted he's ever been. Because he's always moving. There's no rest with him.
No rest.
There's
no
like
time
constant,
yeah.
there's constant twitching.
Under fire the whole time.
You're constantly thinking, when is this coming? There's no silent agreements. There's no relaxation. There's no rounds off. Yeah. Everything is, he's putting it on you and moving constantly. Like I always say, he's like a giant Lomachenko.
Got it.
They were both trained by the same guy.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, Lomachenko's father trained Usyk as well.
Ah.
Yeah. He's so good. I mean, you think about what that guy has done. He beat AJ twice. He beat Tyson Fury twice. And now he beat Dubois twice. That's crazy.
No, it's incredible.
Those are 2 of the best, like, of this era. I think he's one of the best of all time.
Usyk once shared a powerful glimpse into his mindset, saying that motivation comes and goes, but discipline is what truly matters. He doesn't rely on feeling inspired to train. Instead, he treats it like a daily duty, something that must be done no matter how he feels. This steady commitment is what helped him rise through the ranks and stay at the top. While others wait until they feel ready, Usyk shows up every single day. His success, he says, isn't just about natural talent, it's about doing the work, especially when he doesn't want to. That's how
listen, bro, I don't have motivation, I have discipline. Motivation, it's temporary. Today you have motivation, tomorrow wake up early, you don't have motivation. But when I wake up early morning training, discipline is better.